In the annals of aviation history, few aircraft have sparked as much curiosity, speculation, and intrigue as the YF-23. It was a fighter designed to dominate the skies, an advanced marvel of engineering that nearly changed the face of modern aerial warfare. Yet, despite its cutting-edge design and unmatched potential, the YF-23 was not the victor in the U.S. Air Force's competition to build the next-generation stealth fighter. Instead, it faded into relative obscurity, overshadowed by its rival, the F-22 Raptor. But what if the story of the YF-23 wasn't simply one of defeat? What if it's a much more complex tale? One of missed opportunities, hidden truths, and untold possibilities. Today, we will reveal the mystery of the YF-23, uncover the secrets that have remained hidden for decades, and explore what might have been. In the early 1980s, the U.S. Air Force began searching for a new class of fighter aircraft, one that would ensure air superiority well into the next century. The goal was simple: develop a next-generation fighter that could fly faster, higher, and stealthier than anything that came before. The result was the Advanced Tactical Fighter ATF program, a multi-billion-dollar initiative to find a replacement for the aging fleet of F-4 Phantoms and F-111 bombers. But the ATF was more than just a replacement. It was about ensuring the U.S. maintained its technological edge in the skies. The scene transitions to the first moments of the ATF competition. We see two competing aircraft, the YF-23, developed by Northrop and McDonnell Douglas, and the YF-22, designed by Lockheed Martin. Both planes are displayed on tarmacs, being prepped for testing. In 1986, two aircraft would rise to the top of the ATF competition, the YF-22, which would later evolve into the F-22 Raptor, and the YF-23, a radical new design that promised to take the concept of stealth to unprecedented levels. Both aircraft were designed with the goal of achieving unmatched speed, agility, and stealth. But it was the YF-23 that most intrigued aviation experts. The YF-23 was no ordinary fighter. From its very conception, it challenged conventional aircraft design principles. The plane's sleek, angular body, with its forward-swept wings and canards, was not only designed for aerodynamics, but also for stealth. Unlike its competitors, the YF-23's low radar signature was achieved through careful geometry and the use of advanced radar-absorbing materials. The aircraft's fuselage, designed with clean lines and sharp angles, minimized radar cross-section, making it nearly invisible to enemy detection systems. Close-up shots show the YF-23's sweeping forward-swept wings and canard tailplane. The wings are noticeably different from the more traditional designs of other fighters. The forward-swept wing design was one of the most innovative features of the YF-23. These wings provided better high-speed stability and allowed for greater maneuverability in combat. The YF-23 was engineered for long-range strike missions, equipped with advanced radar systems and powered by two Pratt & Whitney F-119 engines that provided tremendous thrust. The YF-23 was all about combining performance and stealth. The forward-swept wings allowed the aircraft to remain stable at high speeds, which was essential for avoiding enemy interceptors and radar detection. The sleek integrated fuselage contributed to both its stealth capabilities and superior aerodynamic efficiency. While stealth was a top priority for Northrop, the design of the YF-23 was also focused on achieving extraordinary speed and agility. In testing, the YF-23 demonstrated impressive maneuverability even at extreme altitudes and speeds. But as we would soon learn, this aircraft's potential was never fully realized. By 1991, the U.S. Air Force was ready to select its new fighter. After years of testing, It came down to a head-to-head competition between the YF-22 and the YF-23. On paper, the YF-23 was the superior aircraft in terms of speed, stealth, and range. Yet the YF-22, with its more traditional design, seemed to have the edge in one crucial area: agility. Cut to a scene of a military strategist watching the test flights of both aircraft. The YF-22 excelled in the one area that the Air Force valued most: close-in dogfighting maneuverability. It was more agile than the YF-23, and in a real-world combat scenario, that agility could make all the difference. Even though the YF-23 had higher top speed and longer range, the F-22's agility won out in the end. While the YF-23's speed and stealth capabilities were unparalleled, the Air Force ultimately chose the YF-22 as the winner of the competition. The decision was based on a desire for a fighter that could not only outpace adversaries but also engage them in close-quarters combat. But here is where the mystery of the YF-23 takes a turn. While the aircraft was never adopted into the U.S. Air Force's fleet, whispers about the YF-23's secret legacy have lingered for decades. Some experts believe that the YF-23's revolutionary technology didn't vanish after the ATF competition. Instead, it may have quietly influenced a range of secret military projects. Cut to an interview with a former U.S. Air Force engineer, speaking in a confidential manner. There were rumors that the YF-23's design elements were quietly integrated into other classified projects. While we can't say much, it's well known that the YF-23's stealth technology and aerodynamic design were way ahead of its time. Some of those features definitely found their way into later aircraft, and possibly even into drones and unmanned aerial vehicles. The scene shifts to a shadowy figure, standing in front of a closed hangar door. The figure's identity remains hidden as they speak. As time passed, the F-22 Raptor entered service, and the YF-23 was relegated to history. However, its influence may still be felt in aircraft like the B-2 Spirit bomber and the F-35 Lightning II. Both of these aircraft share certain stealth features and design elements that trace their roots to the YF-23. Could the YF-23 have laid the groundwork for these next-generation warplanes? The evidence is compelling, though never fully proven. There are many who believe that the YF-23 was far more than just a failed prototype. It was a pioneer of the stealth era, influencing the design of aircraft that would go on to dominate the skies. Today, the YF-23 stands as a monument to what could have been. Its design remains as innovative and radical as it was when it first took flight. The aircraft that might have changed the course of aviation history continues to capture the imagination of engineers, pilots, and military strategists alike. The final scene shows the YF-23 glistening under the lights of the museum, surrounded by admirers. The story of the YF-23 is not just about a failed experiment or a forgotten fighter. It's about the hidden potential that was never fully realized, a potential that still resonates today in the aircraft that followed.